I'm sure Warren Buffett, if he saw enough money
We don't have to worry about Warren Buffett.
he could invest in the pipeline himself and become a majority owner in
Canada.
He could buy the thing. And he'd probably make more money on that than shipping it by rail. So why doesn't he do that?
Because it's much easier to call his friends in Washington and say, look, I don't want
We can certainly look at that as part of it, but the studies have been shown that the Keystone XL will only reduce the cost of oil in this country by a few cents per gallon.
It's not a question of cost.
All energy is
700,000 barrels.
But that's why this can't be about politics. This can't be about politics, and it can't be a few cents. No, this is about people and the environment and protecting the aquifers and the air and the quality of life for us and for our kids and for our kids' kids and for our kids' kids. It can't be about politics. The Republicans and the Democrats and the Independents and everybody has to simply care about protecting the environment and the water and the environment.
But there is no danger to the environment.
And there is absolutely, and you may choose not to see it. But it is there.
There is no evidence that there is danger to the population.
There's absolutely
within the past
evidence.
6 months, there was a well blowout in Bradford County. That well blowout, like the one similar to what happened in the Gulf of Mexico with BP.
That's not true at all.
There was a well blowout in Bradford County. I don't know where we're going to discount these facts, but there was a well blowout in Bradford County. And that well blowout, the casing and whatnot was destroyed, similar to what happened in the Gulf of Mexico. And the scientists will tell you that they have no idea how much water, the fracking fluids, were then lost through that blown out casing into that area. You talk about the strength of steel, but we all know that steel can have a crack blown a hole in it. If you get in an accident in your car, you can see
stuff like that. It's headlines.
But it was headlines.
It was headlines.
But it was headlines. The
But I
Bradford
just think
County
it's
blowout.
disingenuous when people say that there's never an issue with these casings and these well bores exploding, blowing up. These things do happen. These accidents do happen. And they can then get in and contaminate people's drinking water wells, streams, farmland, etc. So I think the ultimate point of maybe what we're trying to discuss here is that we need to have sufficient funding going towards the study of these impacts to ensure that we can make the proper policy decisions to safeguard people, property, lives, environment. I think that's ultimately what we're trying to do here. I don't think, we all depend on energy, and we're all looking to somehow get the cleanest source of energy.
But until that science is
Well, we're not
gathered,
even talking about that at this point.
Keith.
What I'd like to say, ultimately, because I think some people are looking to leave, and I'd like to invite George maybe to come up and say some final words before he has to go, is I hope to be able to have future discussions on this issue where we can invite geologists in to talk about the points that you're raising, where we can invite industry panelists to come in and they can have a conversation with other experts such as Maya, and we can do this further. We just sat through essentially a 2-hour-long film. And that film, as I introduced at the beginning of all this, is essentially an opening to a political debate.